Well, hello everybody. If you don't already know me, my name is Debbie Gibson and I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin'Up in Ontario, Canada. Did you know that I do classes as well, in person and online? If you're interested, you might also want to sign up for my newsletter because that is where I post all my classes so that you are the first to find out. And also, you can always give me a shout and we will chat. Okay, so let's get on with our card for tonight. Tonight I am using the Greenery Lane stamp set and die and the Greenery Lane washi tape. I have already cut a piece of Pretty Peacock at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I have, whoop, there goes the camera. Okay, and I have 2 pieces of basic white at 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to open up my washi tape here and going a little bit over the edge here and at this end, I'm going to lay it down carefully, a little bit at a time. There we go. And I'm going to just trim it. It is very sticky, so, which is the better way for me to do it. Okay, I'm going to try it this way again. There we go. And then I'm just going to very nicely give it a nice little crease at the top and at the bottom, just fold it over and crease it on the underside. Now I'm going to bring in my trimmer and just trim those sides off so it's nice and even. Let me see here. So that's going to be cutting it at about, let's say 3 3/4. No, that's too much. Okay. Do 3 1/2. There we go. Okay. So now, actually I'll need an extra piece, so I need 3 pieces, okay? So now on this piece here, what I'm going to do is stamp. And you can see that I made a mess of this because when I did this, I didn't realize my chamois was quite so wet, and I guess I had some water on here and it smeared. However, that's okay because, and I was a little messy here too. I'm not a total fan of these new cases, but that's what we have. So hopefully in time I will improve as well. So the one I'm using is the one that's messed up actually. It's this one here. I'm going to ink it with my Pretty Peacock. Onto here. Don't want to wear that on my white shirt, so I am closing that up. And then I'm going to bring in this one here, which is up in this top corner. Oh. I'm having a hard time because with it being winter and dry skin, my thumb has decided to crack open on me. Doing a card last night, or Wednesday night I should say, with my craft along. Finished the card, almost finished the card, and my thumb decided to bleed all over my card. That was not a nice thing to have happen. Okay. Clean that off. put it back here, and then the one right beside it, which is this one, I'm going to ink it up, and I'm going to stamp it, and it's okay on this one. I'm going to stamp it off. And then I'm coming up here and placing it down. Now you will see that it has the little white areas. That's okay. That's not a mistake. That's how the stamp is designed. Just don't want that green ink. Okay. So now I wanted to show you how I did that, but what I've done is gone ahead and used the die cuts, which are these. This one here was for this. This one here is for this one. And this one here was for this. So I did that ahead of time just to speed things up a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to bring these pieces in. Oh, I forgot, we do still need to stamp a little bit more. I am going to stamp thank you. Oh, let's put you down here and get it straight. There we go. Just going to stamp that near the top, about there. And while we're stamping, I wanted to do, oh, let me see, which one was it? I think it was this one here. Oh, look at that, ink on my fingers. Move that aside for a minute. This is just for the inside of my card. Nope, wrong color. I want to use the garden green. Okay, that, which is this one here that I'm using. And we can just put that back on there actually. And then there are 3 little leaves. I think it was this one, which is this one here. Bring this one back in so I can stamp off again. Stamp off, and then stamp on. There we go. Okay. I think I have everything done there. So these here, I thought I would use some glue dots and my take your pick tool just to put things together. Let's move this down here for a minute. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to put one maybe about there, just so I can attach it on to this one. Just going to line those stems up at the bottom. Maybe I won't. I want to line them up though. Just move it over a little bit like that. There we go. And then I'll put one on here just to kind of attach it as well. I'll just kind of do that. So you can kind of get the gist here of what's happening. When you put it on here, you'll see that it's so much better looking. But I do want to use some glue dots again. Just to attach it onto the back here. I'll use, whoops, 2 or 3 anyways, because I don't want it to come loose. And maybe one up there, let's see. And I'm purposely going to have it so that the stems are off of this, but we want to make sure that it's not covering our thank you. And then I'm just going to trim these off like that. Now, bring in my dimensionals and put some on here. It sure is hard doing things when you have a band-aid on your thumb. My goodness. You don't realize it until you just makes everything so much more difficult here. But better than bleeding all over the card. And then that is going to go on to here. Did I say, maybe I didn't, I'm sorry, I used the arch, everyday arches. They look a mess in here, but the everyday arch dies, that's what this shape is here, just in case you're wondering. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue this on the inside of my card. Okay. Now with this, let's do a little ribbon if we can. A little bow. I'm going to move it down just a little bit there. It's very difficult when you have a band-aid stuck on your hair. Okay. I'm going to bring in just a little piece of Scotch tape actually to hold it firmer on the back. Okay, that feels like it's a little bit loose. Where's my glue dots? Let's see if I can get those to hold that ribbon down a bit too. Maybe one there and one on the other side of that bow. There we go. Just give that a little trim. And now what I want to do is take this piece here and put it on dimensionals. You could glue it if you like. Actually, you know, because of the issues I'm having with my thumb, I think I will glue it. But you could do it either way. You could put it on dimensionals or you could glue it. But this actually just might work out better for me right now. Isn't that pretty, that washi tape, how it comes on though? Have to cover some of it up, but it's still going to look really nice underneath. Make sure that's straight. That's the nice part about the Tombow, you can wiggle it a little bit here. I think that looks straight. And then I'm going to come and just place it down on the card. And I will be leaving a little bit of a border around the sides there. And a little at the top and bottom. And there's your card for tonight. I hope you like that and maybe give it a try yourself with the, like I said, it's the Greenery Lane stamp and dies. And washi tape. There you go. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you again soon. Bye now, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay? Bye now.